Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning's devotional time. Hope you have a fantastic day and an incredible week. I want to talk today a little bit about some of the dilemmas that we have faced recently, and we face them continually during the course of life. And one of those issues that we don't like to talk about is the issue of death. And when people pass away, people who we have loved, people who have been such an integral part of our lives, leave this world and leave us with a sense of loss and very often a sense of grief. But every now and then you find a great passage in the scriptures that just encourage you no end. One of those passages is found in the story of David, as we have been following his story over the course of the last few months. Remember, we said last time how David had messed up with Bathsheba and how that she had borne to him a son, and after he had repented of God, he pleaded with God for the life of this child. This child fell deadly ill, and David pleaded for a long time. And he wept in sackcloth and ashes, and he asked God to spare the life of this little boy. But sadly for David, the little guy died. The interesting thing was that the people in the palace, while David was mourning and while David was just crying out to God for the life of this little guy, the people in the palace were saying, wow, if it's this bad and he's mourning this much when this kid is still alive, imagine how bad it's going to be when this kid dies. Anyway, the kid did die, and the people were so nervous to see what David was going to do. And David just so beautifully, it says, he did counterintuitively to what they thought he would do. He went, he washed himself, he put on perfume, he put on a robe, and I love this part. He went to the temple and he worshipped. The people were amazed. They thought, what is it? While this kid was alive, David was mourning. When this kid dies, David gets up, washes himself, and goes to worship God. What kind of man is this? What was on David's mind? And so with courage they came to David and they said, David, we're a little confused. We can't understand why this incredible response. And David says to the people simply this, the last verses of the chapter. He says, that child will not come to me, but I one day will go to him. Isn't that a beautiful picture for those of you who have lost loved ones over the course of time, maybe even recently, maybe in light of some of the stuff that the coronavirus has put upon you, maybe an accident, maybe an early childhood bereavement is taken from you, and you sit there and you are deeply sad, and no one can blame you for your sadness. Find some encouragement from David today. David said, he's not going to come to me, but I will go to him. And the shortness and the brevity of life, how long can that possibly be when we will see our loved ones again in eternity? Now bear in mind that this is written in the Old Testament. This is not a New Testament thing. This is not something that we find in the book of Revelation that talks about the wonder of that place in heaven where there will be no more tears and there will be no more crying and no more sickness and pain, and there will be glorious reunions in heaven. But this is found in the Old Testament. The beauty of the spiritual nature of David was he understood a worldwide dilemma is nothing has changed, that we will not see them down on earth, but one day we will be with them in heaven. Just through my mind, I'm thinking of people I can't wait to see in heaven one day. I have friends who have passed away. I have family who have passed away. And I know you do too. So let's be encouraged today as we remember. They're not going to come to us, but that's okay. You know what? They wouldn't even want to come back to us, even if they could, because of the glory of where heaven is. They're saying, no, we're not going back there again. We can't wait for you to come to us. And there will be a day when that most beautifully is going to happen. So let's be encouraged today, people. They're not going to come to us. We're going to go to them. Have a great day. Bye.